T1. Sorry, I can't do this and be serious. Power button, dark and light screen. This will lock your screen. So if you push a button on your screen and it's not doing anything, re-hit the lock key. The button with the lungs will just give that patient a breath as long as you hold it up to 2 seconds. Times where I would use that is if I asked the facility, hey, did you have a long time of getting his SpO2 up, right? So I'm going to make sure he takes a big breath, and I'm going to clamp the tube and then switch over because I don't want to lose any of that recruitment. The arrow up O2 will go to 100% or 1.0 FiO2 for 2 minutes. This is irrelevant because we don't print. And this is if you wanted to use a neb treatment. The neb treatment would plug into here, the yellow port. The huge benefit of using this is you're not going to mess with any of your gases because it's not going to add additional FiO2 on top of it. So the alarm, it will only silence alarm for 2 minutes. The bars on top will match, so red is one that's going to have to be fixed before it stops alarming. Yellow is a intermediate one that will stop alarming, and it's not vital for the vent to operate. And your dial button. Pull this off. You have one battery that's screwed in, that's not coming out, and one that you can take out. On this side, we're not going to use any of these, right? Nope. So this is where our transducer lines would go. And I said before, our neb oxygen line would go here. This would be our exhalation port and our inhalation port. I think that's pretty much it. Filter for the back, which Bio should be replacing. Oxygen and your power. If you guys are getting a leak, make sure this is tight because they do come loose. Put it on that one.
Okay.
Alright, now we'll do the pre-op test. Come on, you didn't say action.
Action. It was action 3 minutes ago.
Fine. So we're going to go over the pre-op test. This is what you're going to see when you get a circuit out of the stock room.
Over there. On the bed.
And please
And
don't-
that
please
would
don't
be
put
the
your
other
circuit on the
part
floor.
that you'd be grabbing.
It will be in.
Yeah.
the circuit.
Huh.
I did see it in.
Right, this is easy. Blue to the blue. Clear to the white. I'm missing my dial.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He noticed.
Yeah, he did.
So this is a good point. I'm
Mhm.
glad this happened. Sometimes these
It happens all the
diaphragms
time.
come off. And oops, here that is. Pull off. Sure it's clean. So another good point too is look in here and make sure there's not another diaphragm stuck in there because that has happened. This part goes down and then twist to the right. It's locked in there, you're good. These, it doesn't matter, you can connect it this way, doesn't matter. I normally do it so it faces out, which makes more sense to me. Make sure these are tight, because when you do your flow tests and all that, this is a common area where you're gonna get a leak.
And if the diaphragm isn't there, it'll fail as
Yeah,
well.
or if you have a different diaphragm in
Yeah.
there. So we're gonna go over the pre-op checks. So what I do is I make sure everything's not stuck on there so it'll come apart. Now, this would be for your flow test, but you can also put that on right away. The machine turns on, it goes right to the pre-op check.
Can't see anything on the screen.
We hit pre-op. So the first test is going to be your leak test, and you only need to do this per the circuit. So you guys can set this up in the morning and keep it like that. You would hit leak, disconnect patient, let it go. Block breathing. This way I'm not touching that. All I'm touching is that flow sensor that we don't need. Should have done my nails today. When it says reconnect the patient, that means take it off and block it. So we did a good job. The next is going to be the flow sensor. So that's when we absolutely need this white piece. It says disconnect patient, flip flow sensor. So you're going to do the whole blue and flip it over. Now this is when people start like talking and they're like, ha ha ha. You can also use the noise because it will start getting up really high, and when it gets to that highest pitch, it's going to automatically tell you to flip it again. But see, if we're here like talking and I'm like not paying, look, I knew right away because that noise went away. So you flip it again. It's going to do the same thing, and then we should be done.
Okay.
The O2 sensor, we don't have to do unless there's an X. Resort back to your manual for that because there's two different ways to do it. You can do it on oxygen or off oxygen. If it fails, it's going to be the O2 sensor cell in the back, which will have to go to bio to get fixed. Questions on that? On that?